If you get these 5 things right, then you are guaranteed to have success in Hearthstone and win most games with no problem. I'm going to take my last 7 years of experience playing Hearthstone and condense all my knowledge in this video. I got over 1000 wins with the Warlock class, and thanks to that I have this beautiful Shadow Gul'dan skin. So if I were to start playing Hearthstone again, these are the 5 steps that I would follow. Step number 1. I would choose one class to start with so I don't get overwhelmed by all the different playstyles that each class has. To pick the correct class, I would first look at all classes. Each class has different class cards which only that class can play. For example, the Warlock class can only use Warlock class cards. So how would I decide which class is best for me? There are 3 ways I would decide which class I want to start with. An important thing to know is that you don't need to play this class forever. You just need to start with one class, play as it, and learn the basics, so then you can find a better class if this is not the one you prefer to play. So first I will look at each class and see what their hero power is, because the hero power of each class is different and you have it throughout the entire game. For example, the Warlock class has a hero power that deals 2 damage to your hero and you draw a card. That means that if I have no cards in hand, I can use my hero power to draw a card. I can also look at legendary class cards, which are the highest card rarity to get, and you'll probably have at least one legendary card in your deck, which will determine your playstyle. So I would look at these legendary class cards and see if there is a legendary card that I really like. If there isn't a legendary card that would pique my interest, the second place where I would look would be on YouTube. I would watch a lot of gameplay videos to see which class is the most fun to play, but also is a really strong class to use to win more games. Content creators make videos for every single deck, so I will check out these videos and see if any deck or class looks fun to play. Let's say in the worst case scenario that I still don't know which class I want to play. There isn't a legendary card that interests me and I have watched a bunch of videos on YouTube about different classes and decks that I could play, but nothing seems interesting. In this case, I would go to HS Replay. I'm not sponsored by them, but this is a really good website which shows statistics and win rates of each class. Here I could see which decks are really strong and I would pick a class that is in the top 5 win rate classes. That means that in this meta game I would pick either Warlock, Paladin, Shaman, Druid or Death Knight. The second thing that I would do as someone new or returning to Hearthstone would be not to be afraid of disenchanting cards. Disenchanting a card means that you remove a card from your collection and get Arcane Dust in return. With Arcane Dust you can craft cards you don't own. The problem that most players have is that they are scared that they would disenchant a card that would be useful. But you have one big advantage over the other players. You picked one class to play, so you know that you don't want to disenchant any cards for that class, and you want to disenchant cards for the other classes because you are not playing them. This is one of the most important pieces of advice that I learned through experience when playing Hearthstone. Of course, if you want to spend money in this video game, then I wouldn't disenchant cards at all, because you are able to play multiple classes, but in my case I'm completely free to play, and I'm unable to play more than 2 classes. I play only the Warlock class and the Death Knight class. So as someone who doesn't want to spend money in this game, I highly recommend you to pick 1 or 2 classes at most and disenchant cards from other classes so you can use the Arcane Dust to craft cards for your chosen class. But let's say you are still scared to disenchant cards as someone new to Hearthstone. If you write the word refund here, it will show you cards that you can disenchant for the full cost. When you disenchant a card, you will get only 1/4 of the dust that you need to craft a card of the same rarity, but if the card is nerfed, Hearthstone makes the card refundable and you get the whole amount of Arcane Dust back. This is such a good thing, so whenever there is a card that I could refund, I refund it. The third thing that I would do if I started playing Hearthstone again would be to spend all my gold on buying packs. With gold you can buy a bunch of things like packs, hero skins, arena entries and much more. As someone who is just starting out, I would spend all my gold only on buying packs, because hero skins are just cosmetics and change nothing but the appearance. Spending my gold on arena entries is risky for someone who is new or returning to Hearthstone, because in most cases this is a gamble that ends up with less value. The fourth thing that I would do is to join a Discord server related to Hearthstone. Hearthstone has its official Discord where you can chat with other players. By surrounding yourself with people who also play Hearthstone, you can learn new things, get tips and tricks and general advice. That's why I have my own Discord server where my viewers chat with me and we help each other out. In the official Hearthstone Discord server, the channels that I really like are card reveals, because here it shows all the cards that are revealed, and this is the first spot where I see them. This is the cards that you see here. You will see them even before they are shown on the official Hearthstone website. So I highly recommend you to join this server because you get the cards earlier than everyone else, and you can see them. You can see a lot of cards, also explanations are here. It looks really, really good. That's why I highly recommend you to be in this server. And the second place where new players will also be is here in the general, where you can just ask them any question like, what is the best Warlotsk deck for to play as someone new to this game? And when you send this message, a lot of people will help you and they will tell you. I have one person who messaged me. So this guy messaged me and I told him that, like, he was asking if he wants to play warrior, and he got these 3 cards. He got them and he didn't know if it's like good or disenchant, so I told him which cards he should disenchant, which cards he should keep. So like, I'm just one of those people. You see, I here recommended him to go to HS Replay, really strong. Also, I recommended him like my video on how to get more gold dust and XP. Of course, if you want to get more golden dust and XP, highly recommend you to watch this video on my channel. Also, like, if you are not winning in Hearthstone, do this now. Here is like a short 3-minute guide, like the most, like, for beginners. If you want to get more wins and enjoy Hearthstone more, I highly recommend you to watch this video. And basically, I gave him advice on what cards he should play, what he shouldn't play. Yeah, here he sent me, after I recommended him like what he should play, here he sent me his warrior deck that I helped him build, if it loads. So he was playing on mobile, but still, like, this was before Ziliax was nerfed, but still, like, this is what I recommended him, and it helps players. And there are people like me. I'm just one of those few people who are in the server. That's where he found me. He found me in the server. And here you can see that it is enjoyable, and there are a lot of people who will help new players, because we are happy that a lot of people who, let's say, play Magic the Gathering, Yu-Gi-Oh, or other card games, they go into Hearthstone and start playing Hearthstone. So we absolutely, yeah, here he won. Like, this, I'm happy this is not anymore playable. So many Ziliax, and he's like a new player. So I hope like he doesn't mind, but probably he doesn't, that I'm showing in this video. But I want to just show you. Also, I told him Right Cleaver is good after the buff, so he asked me, and he's like a new player, and that's my point. There are a lot of people who will help you in the Hearthstone official server, or if you want, you can join my server. It's not that active, but definitely if you want, we can. Here I'm like sending some stuff about, like, and I'm asking one person. Yeah, so I have a lot of like stuff that we discuss here, and it is fun. I'm not the biggest content creator, but if you want to get in touch with me, definitely you can join my server. The link will be in the description. The 5th thing that I would do is simply enjoy playing Hearthstone. As strange as it may sound, Hearthstone is a video game, and video games serve one purpose, and that is for players to enjoy playing them. I played Hearthstone so much that I totally forgot about this. I forced myself to play Hearthstone so I could complete quests and get time-limited rewards, but in the end, Hearthstone should be played because of the excitement and enjoyment that we have from this video game. This is the most important advice that I have for someone who's new or returning to Hearthstone. Don't forget, this is a video game and you should play it because you enjoy it. Hearthstone also has a game mode called Hearthstone Battlegrounds, and this is the most popular game mode since 2019. I highly recommend it for everyone to try out, because it's the most free-to-play game mode that Hearthstone offers. That's why I made this video where I explain everything you need to know about this game mode. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned, my friends.